1960s? How did property rights drive China's growth surge in the 1980s? How does climate change threaten our future prosperity? You'll find answers to these questions and more in this book. Economics can be defined as a social science that studies how people maximize their well-being in the face of scarcity. It considers the behavior of people as individuals and how we work together in households and corporations. It focuses on how we interact in markets, in which buyers and sellers together determine the equilibrium price. Economics also considers what happens when markets fail, and how public policy might ameliorate poverty, climate change, or price fixing. This is a story that blends microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics is the study of how individuals make decisions. Macroeconomics looks at the economy as a whole. Too often, popular books about economics focus on one or the other. Freakonomics, Discover Your Inner Economist, and 50 Things That Made the Modern Economy introduce the reader to microeconomics. The Return of Depression economics, Slouching Towards Utopia, and This Time is Different help explain macroeconomics. This book synthesizes both perspectives. We'll move chronologically through history, touching on the decisions of individuals and the trajectory of entire societies. Critics who think economics is bleak, money-grubbing, or narrow-minded like to quote Thomas Carlyle's description of the discipline as the dismal science, ignoring where the criticism comes from. Carlyle, who was writing in the 1800s, was a racist who believed that slavery should be reintroduced in the West Indies. The dismal view Carlyle was attacking was that all people are equal. Like many economists, I wear the insult with pride. Carlyle also disparagingly said, "Teach a parrot the terms supply and demand, and you've got an economist." Supply and demand graphs can be handy, but you won't find them in this book. And you certainly don't need to have studied any economics to enjoy the stories that follow. Learning to think like an economist can change your life for the better. The secret of our discipline is that the most powerful insights come from a handful of big ideas that anyone can comprehend. I've mentioned one of these ideas already: incentives. In sporting contests, where there's a big first prize and a small second prize, performance improves. Runners go faster. Golfers finish in fewer shots. Incentives can even affect when we're born. When Australia introduced a baby bonus for children born on or after July 1st, 2004, that day set a record for the number of births. Why? Because expectant mothers delayed induction procedures and cesarean section operations to get the financial reward. When the United States changed inheritance tax rates, the timing of deaths shifted too, indicating that a small number of people died later or earlier to minimize their tax bill. There's a cliché that nothing in life is certain except death and taxes. In this case, tax rates changed and death rates followed. That's not to say that economics is all about greed. Elinor Ostrom, the first woman to win the Nobel Prize in economics, found many contexts, from fisheries in Indonesia to forests in Nepal, in which people cooperated to manage scarce resources. In her Nobel Prize lecture, Ostrom criticized the tendency of economists to design institutions for entirely self-interested individuals. Instead, she argued, a core goal of public policy should be to facilitate the development of institutions that bring out the best in humans. Incentives matter, but I'll endeavor to capture Ostrom's optimism and show that economists can be idealists too. Another big idea of economics is specialization. How many of us can provide a good haircut, replace a broken car windscreen, turn grapes into wine, or write a smartphone app?